Hi, my team and I are trying to solve the problem of overcrowding in McLean. One of the solutions was to either redistrict or not redistrict some students from McLean into Langley. And so my team and I created a null hypothesis and an alternate hypothesis stating if P1 equals P2, P1 being the true proportion of Langley's teacher to student ratio is equal to the true proportion of McLean's teacher to student ratio, or the alternate hypothesis being the true proportion of Langley teacher to student ratio is greater than the true proportion of McLean's teacher to student ratio. Victor will now explain how we gathered this information.
In order to get the data, we first made sure our data was random. To make sure our data was random, we pulled up a staff directory of each school and used a random number generator to select 15 teachers from each school. To get our McLean data, we went to student services. Obtaining the Langley data was much more difficult. To get this data, we emailed 15 Langley teachers from our random random generator, asking for information regarding the class sizes. Only 3 of these teachers responded. Using this random sampling method ensured our study was unbiased.
Alright, so from our calculations, since it was a 2-sample z-test for proportions, we had to find the population proportion, which was 1/17 at each of the schools, and we just used the website for that. And then our sample size from Langley was only 3, and then McLean it was 15. So then from our samples we got a p-hat value from Langley of 3/81, which is equal to 0.037. And then from McLean it was 15/415, which is 0.0361. And then using that we calculated the pooled estimate, which you take the population proportion of each population and you add those, and then you divide those by the sample size added together from each population. So we got a pooled estimate of 0.000192, and then we had to calculate the standard error of the difference, which you take the square root of the pooled estimate times the pooled estimate minus 1, and then times 1 over the sample size of each school, and then we got a value of 0.0021. And then next we had to calculate the z-score so we could get our p-value. And to do that we took the population, or the sample proportion from Langley minus the sample proportion from McLean, and then divided it by the standard error, and then we got 0.636. So then we did p-value is equal to z is greater than 0.636, and then we got 0.2624. So then if our alpha value is 0.05, that's what we use, then our p-value is greater than the alpha value, so then we have to fail to reject the hypothesis. But the normality condition wasn't met with such small sample sizes, so we had to proceed with caution when doing this.
Dun dun dun.
So conclusively, there is insufficient evidence to say that the proportion of teachers to students at McLean is smaller than the proportion of teachers to students at Langley. If there was no difference, the probability of getting a value extreme as ours is 0.2624. This is not statistically significant at the alpha level of 0.05.